This is how I start my streams now. I did it last time and I thought it was cool. I'm doing it again. Welcome to This Is Wine. I'm your host, Travis Helwig. If this is your first time joining us, the whole point of this show is that I am in my 30s. And I guess that's the point of the show. But I've been put into a lot of situations at a restaurant or at a liquor store where people ask me to choose wine. And I don't know anything about wine, and it makes me feel bad, and it reminds me that I didn't grow up with money. So this is for me to learn how to pretend to be rich if I need to seem rich and fancy. And I want you guys to be able to drink along, so I post the bottle online ahead of time at thisiswine.wine, and then you can do the tasting with us and tell us when you know what the word tannin is, and you can eventually teach me. The other thing I want to say before we start is we have some new emotes and loyalty badges and stuff like that. And this show costs a couple $100 for me to make each week. I pay my producer, Mark. I got to buy the wine for everybody. And it helps a lot when you subscribe. So please subscribe or follow or whatever it is. I don't know how Twitch works. Whatever gives me a little money. That would be cool. And let's just start because I would like to drink wine because it's wine o'clock somewhere. You know what they say. Huh? It's wine o'clock somewhere. Okay, I'm going to introduce our first guest. She is my former coworker at Crooked Media. She is an influencer with a highly influential email list. And she is the fanciest person I know. Please welcome to the show, Priyanka Aribindi. Priyanka, welcome.
Hi, Travis.
Priyanka, you're in New York City, and I want to say thank you for finding us all the way in New York City.
Thank you for having me. Travis got me not one, but 2 bottles of wine. Did everyone get 2 bottles? My question.
No, you got 2 because you were in a place where we couldn't find this bottle. So I got 2 so that the wine expert could explain which bottle's right.
Travis bought me 2 bottles of wine, so I feel extra special to be here. Thank you.
Well, now I got to get Shannon an extra bottle. Priyanka, what is your relationship to wine? Do you drink it? Do you like it? Do you know anything about it?
I drink it. I like it. I don't know very much about it at all, except I don't like the ones that make my tongue feel dry. That's all I know. I don't know anything about orange wine, so this is going to be great.
That sounds like an allergy. That sounds like you should maybe never drink wine.
Red wine that makes your tongue feel,
I think you have...
No, that's
Are you eating shrimp while you do it?
That's a thing. Emily will tell you more about it. I'm sure.
I don't. Okay, well, then I will bring in our next guest who also, I think, knows more than me about wine. She's an actor. You know her from a lot of stuff. She's also in a very cool video game. I hate tannins. Please welcome, it rhymes with tannin, Shannon Woodward.
Oh, hello. I was just using my 1%er wine opener.
Oh my gosh. I love that you have merch for this show before anyone else.
It is like it says Streamlabs on it. It's a corporate Christmas present, but you know what? I use it way too often.
Shannon, what's your relationship to wine? I feel like you drink a lot of wine.
I love wine. I'm kind of allergic to red, so I don't drink a lot of red. But I love orange because you get to have more body in the wine than usually is in like white wines. So I've never tried this. I don't know that much about wine, but I know a decent amount about the kind of wine I drink. That's it.
Shannon, did you notice that this wine bottle is massive?
I did.
It is much bigger than a normal bottle.
I thought you were like, we're going to get you very drunk. I was like,
I want to ruin your career. Yeah.
It's not hard. There's not much to ruin. It's pretty easy to do.
All right. Well, we did this last time because I think sometimes we get tricked into just repeating back to the psalm what they say. So I want us to pour some wine to start and then say what we smell before anyone tells us what we're supposed to smell.
I already poured it. Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. I just like the action. Priyanka?
I'll pour some more. Great.
Ooh, I love that sound. This is ASMR. And if you're drinking along at home, let us know what you smell. Yeah. Does anyone smell anything? Oh, I can't believe you need to be the host of this show.
I'm happy to help anytime. Okay.
Give her your
You
show.
guys go first.
Oh, God. Apricot. I'm saying apricot.
I would say peach. Like, it's definitely fruit forward.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm kind of like stone fruit, but not a purple one, is what I'm gravitating towards.
What's
but
a stone fruit? Well, I'll
Like a
ask
plum,
Emily.
Like has like a pit, like a peach
Oh,
or a plum.
a pit fruit. A pit fruit.
Yes.
An avocado, which is weirdly a fruit.
I don't buy that. All right, let's get to actually learning. Please welcome. She is the som at a restaurant, the last restaurant Priyanka and I went to in Los Angeles, Tironi, and a wine store and food store right next to Tironi called Dopalova. She's gonna tell me how to say it. Dopalova. Please welcome Emily Rutan. Emily, welcome. Thank you so much for coming.
Hello, I'm just laughing at the pronunciation of Dopolavoro. Yes, that's how you say it.
Dopolavoro.
It's Demi Lovato remix.
Demi Lovato?
Yes, you nailed it.
I love Tironi, and I did have wine last time I went to Tironi with Priyanka. Maybe we spoke. Who knows?
It's certainly possible. It depends, I guess, on when, because like I worked, I guess, right up until the shutdown, like the week before. So it's possible for sure.
All right. Well, tell us about who you are, what you do, and then let's talk about the wine so I can drink it and feel better on the inside.
Okay, great. So wait, first of all, we all have it in our glasses. Orange wine, it changes like as the temperature. When it's too cold, you really lose a lot of the fruit and a lot of the smells. You want it to be like not as cold as a white, somewhere between a white and a red. So I feel like it's only going to get better over the next couple of minutes. Just disclaimer.
I'm going to warm it by...
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to do it too, is just to expedite the process. I've had mine in my glass for like the past 10 minutes and it's already gone through a couple of phases. So
I'm so glad. Mine didn't stay in the fridge very long and I kind of felt bad about that, but now I feel bad.
You did it right. And I should have said something before. So I feel like I should start with just orange wine in general. Do we know, like, just because I feel like a lot of people don't know why it's orange, who cares about orange? Why
is it pumpkin flavored?
Right. Is it made of oranges? Which honestly is a fair question. I get it a lot. And like, wine is a tough subject. I think it's hard I guess that's the point of this show, right? Is that it's kind of hard to crack into. The barrier to
terrifying.
Is a little hot. Right. And wine people certainly don't make it easy. So in advance, like there are no stupid questions. I can't say it enough, but, orange wine. So basically you probably have already heard the term skin contact wine. That it's the same thing. So it's orange because it has had contact with its skins. So it's pressed. Normal wine, when it's pressed, the juices run and it's clear. But if you leave it in contact with its skins, whether it's white wine or red wine, obviously red wine's going to have a pink or a red color, but white wine gets an orange color. So that is where the color comes from. Is the skin of the grape.
So it's a white wine that, I'm just repeating back. It's a white wine that has touched the skin remains on. Is that right?
Yes, correct. It's to get very like scientific, super early on and technical. It's a process called maceration. So the grapes are pressed and then it's kept in contact with its skins instead of just like discarding.
I do that a lot. Yeah.
It's illegal.
Maceration. Right. So yeah, and it's a varied amount of time that wine has contact with its skin. Sometimes this one only has 2 months, which is why it's not that dark. It can go all the way up to like 6 months, and those are a little more serious. That's usually the country of Georgia that does that. That's where orange wine is said to have originated, or they certainly claim ownership over it. And yeah, so back to this wine. This wine is one of my favorites because I think it's a friendly orange. I think sometimes orange really needs food. And this one, I think you can sip easily without needing it. Back to what Priyanka said about the tongue dryness.
She's allergic.
Right. So the tongue dryness comes from tannins in wine, also in the skins of the grapes. Yes. So that, the more tannic a grape skin is or something like that, it'll give you that like sensation that isn't pleasant to all people. And this one doesn't have a ton of tannins. So I think it's
happen
easy.
In white wine, or is that only red wine?
Orange wine, because the tannins come from the skins as well.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
How is it different from a rosé? Are they similar in terms of process?
Yeah, that's exactly the same. It's exactly the same thing. It's basically the rosé of white wine, I would say. That's a good way of putting that.
That rules. Shannon, did you know that?
I didn't know that. And I don't really like rosé usually either, but I love orange wine.
Can we drink it?
Yeah. Get after
time.
Okay, cool. I get so excited right before this. Ooh.
That's nice.
It's a little tart.
But then it drops off really quickly too.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Okay.
Then you want a new one, a new sip. Freshy.
Okay.
Yeah, mine is so smooth. It's like the easiest drink ever.
Oh yeah, show us your bottle, Priyanka, because it's slightly different than what we're drinking.
Yeah, mine, I guess disregard everything I'm saying because it's completely different than what everyone else is doing, but mine's great.
Can we see your bottle? Do you have it?
Oh, yes, sorry. You cut out during that part.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Toscana Bianco.
So if I had to guess, I'm not familiar with that bottle, but if I had to guess, I would say the grape in that is probably Trebbiano, only because that's what's most popular for whites in that region, which really
I was going to guess that too.
Right. Yeah, I took it.
Yeah.
Sorry to
that
steal
feels
your
right to me. No, it's fine. I like when we all know the same stuff, so it helps.
Great.
Where is this?
Perfect.
Is this Italian?
It is Italian. It's from Puglia in Italy. Yes. Right. It's the heel of the boot for those of you who are not as familiar with Italian geography.
I get it now.
Is it bad that I'm having more already? So what are we? Okay, let's do some tasting. I think we should tell everybody what we're tasting. People at home, let us know. Oh, I have to do it already? Fuck. Okay, someone is paying me to do this. Okay, I will say, Emily, you seem very cool, and I'm not very good at this, so I want you to be impressed with me. So hold on. Fuck, I don't know. I am getting citrus, but that feels like a cop-out. I feel like I could say that for a lot of wines.
No,
lemon.
That is spot on. This is very citrusy on the palate.
Fuck
and I have
you.
to say, I was super impressed by your tasting note as well. All of you, actually. Stone fruits. That is a leading tasting note in this wine, for sure. It coming from both the grapes, because it's a blend. But from the grapes and also from the aging process and also the skin contact. A lot of times you get that like apricot note from orange wines just because of how it's made. So you guys were on the nose.
It's really similar to like the New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs, that has that same kind of citrusy taste. It's really similar.
Those New Zealand Sauvignons are so citrusy. That grapefruit, like it's like attacking.
So good.
You.
It's really the bargain bin of like if you want like a decent wine from Trader Joe's and you don't want to spend more than $10, you can get like the Muscadet, or there's a couple New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs and you could just really, not that I know,
Totally.
not that I knew from the pandemic or was drinking an unbelievable amount of affordable wine.
Emily, somebody used channel points, which people keep reminding me is not money, and I always say is money. But you have to answer Peter's question about wine. Do the tannins in an orange wine feel different than the tannins in a red wine?
Good question. I would say yes, only because the tannins in red grape skins tend to be a little bit more intense. So I think it's hard to generalize also with wine. So I'm going to get a little bit more specific because different styles create different wines. So I would say that like a really intense orange wine that's been aged on the skin or that's been left on the skins for like 6 months, that one, like a wine like that definitely has a really solid grip, which would feel more like a red. But in general, tannins in red wines tend to be much more intense. Like something like I don't know if you've ever had, I guess like a Cabernet Sauvignon to speak to something that people drink more often. But I was going to say like, have you ever had like a Sagrantino from Italy? That will like take your teeth off. It's so tannic. You really need to balance it effectively with like some steak. Otherwise, you're going to have kind of a miserable experience.
Priyanka, what are you tasting in yours? You have to get it right. But there's no one who knows what it tastes like, so you could say anything and we have to agree.
So, no, what I was going to say is completely dumb and definitely wrong, but this tastes like what I want every cider that I drink to kind of taste like. Like, it's no bubble. Like, mine has no bubbles. It's easy to drink. Really, like, doesn't make my stomach hurt. But this is like what I want from cider and don't get. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that is a great answer, but that is my interpretation here.
Are you saying cider because it's slightly cidery, or are you just equating it to cider?
Like flavor wise, yes, but like also this is like my ideal, I don't know, the no bubbles. I don't know what you would call that type of finish. No, unsure, but
you sound smart.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks, Travis. I
only ask that because I'm wondering, again, like I'm not totally familiar with that specific bottle, but sometimes natural wines, which actually this is, we can get into that whole thing if you'd like also. But sometimes natural wines have like a little bit of a cidery thing to them only because they're a little bit more unstable. So they have like a cidery finish.
Carbonation to I don't think really care for carbonation at all. So I'm very happy with it.
I have a question about natural wine. So we've had a song, or she owns a wine store called Flask and Field downtown. Her name is Miriam, on twice now. She's great. She's all about natural wine. I love the stuff that she brings on. My friend Paul, who's a piece of shit, he told me the other day that natural wine is bullshit. And I said, Miriam wouldn't lie to me. It's real. And he said, you could call anything a natural wine. And I said, I guess I could, but I don't know if it's true. So I wanted to know, is natural wine bullshit? Am I just pretending to like it more because it's cool?
I'm not trying to play the devil's advocate, but the answer is yes and no. Because there's no certification for something to be natural, there are certifications for things that are organic and biodynamic, which are two important components in natural wine, but not every vineyard has a certification, but they are practicing organic. So you really just have to know where to look. So yes and no, because there's no like stamp on a bottle being like, this is a natural wine. Are you familiar with like what makes up a natural wine generally? I feel like Miriam probably explained it to you, but
I don't retain anything from these shows. No.
Okay, great. Perfect. So you'll just forget this later anyway. But
look, I'm being honest, Emily.
No, I appreciate it. For everyone else then. So a natural wine, there are a couple of things that have to be true. The farming has to be organic, usually and biodynamic, which is like a system of agriculture that is self-sustaining. And then the real definitive factor comes in with the winemaking process, and the whole ethos behind that is nothing in, nothing out. So like no chemicals are put in, and also it's usually unfiltered and unfined. And the reason why that's relevant is then when the wine goes through a process called fining, they can use some like sketchy stuff to do that, including like fish bladders. So a lot of times people ask me if this wine is vegan, and oftentimes I have to actually say no, because they also use like egg whites, casein, the milk protein. So there's like weird stuff that goes on, which is why natural wine sort of became a thing anyway, in addition to like the pesticides and stuff. So
wow, I would never even know to ask those questions.
The fish bladders I'd like to circle back to.
Yeah, right.
So per my last email, what exactly are they using the fish bladders for, and how many?
So
yeah, it's plural. It's plural.
Right.
Well, they can't be big, Travis. It's not shark bladders.
Right. It's more what they do when they fine is like essentially to simplify, depending on what the substance is, if it's the egg whites or the fish bladders, they use it to collect the yeasts and the sediment in the wine. It's a way of achieving clarity in the wine. And
so it absorbs
it sticks to it. Yeah.
It absorbs the funk, like the stuff, right?
Correct. The stuff that is sometimes in the bottom of your natural wine bottle, because they don't do that.
Couldn't they use something else?
Here. How did somebody find fish bladders to be like, you know what we should use? Like, why the bladder?
It seems like a guy owned a bunch of fish and a bunch of wine and was like, I got to figure this out.
Like, well, you know, they really absorb a lot.
It feels like it's a really good question because it's not like it's not intuitive.
I feel like I won't rest until I know the story of how this happened. I have a collection in my head of stories like this where I'm like, I must find out before I die.
Yeah, it's a weird one for sure. And I think like when people hear stuff like that, they're like, wait, what? And from that point on, they're a little bit more interested in natural wine just because that's like very weird. And then you're like, well, if that's going on, what else is going on? So, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. Terrifying. Truly terrifying.
Yeah.
I will say, don't tell me that 2-pad stack. That's awful. I don't want to learn more.
Some beers. But who originated? I want to know who has the patent for the fish bladders.
Seriously.
Magical Mesa. So I will say it is different than what I tasted at the beginning. It's much more subtle than it was, I would want to say.
Less wrong? Like, no. Do you mean like acidity wise? Like it's less like zingy? Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Because now,
mine is
when
it's less zingy.
When wine is too cold, you lose a lot of the fruit and you get more of the structure. So then as it evens out, you start to get more of the fruit and less of the structure. And so acidity contributes to the structure. So it's balancing itself, I think, right now.
Is it because the acid becomes more concentrated when it's cold? Or
that's a good question. I actually don't know. But yeah, no, don't be sorry. That's a good question. I just know that temperature has obviously an extreme effect on wine. So that's all I know.
Emily, how did you get such a beautiful apartment?
Yeah, tell us more about like where you are. I would love to know. I've been thinking this.
Address, please.
Sure. I wish that I could take credit for it, but my roommate Tessa is like an aggressive real estate stalker, and we have lived together for like 100 years. We're practically common law married. So when we were leaving our last apartment, it was devastating, and she just went on a ruthless hunt for the most beautiful apartment in LA, and I think she found it. I really do.
Want to find me an apartment.
Are you like in the Wilshire area? Is it like that?
You know, I'll float it to her. What?
Is it like the Wilshire, that whole giant, it's those buildings are so beautiful.
Park.
It's
beautiful.
Like
those old 1930s buildings that are so timeless.
So
like they're amazing.
I also just want to say
over there.
Your framing is incredible. You're like between two windows, the plants are above your head, you're direct center. Like it's real Hollywood shit.
I'm pretty tempted to just turn my video off. Like
thank you.
Guys, she's a master of aesthetics and
that's just rude.
There's a lot of synesthesia kind of stuff.
Yeah. Emily, Priyanka used to live right by Tironi, so I don't know if she still does, but if you ever see her, can you give her a free glass of wine?
Absolutely.
I can't wait to come check out your store. I didn't know there was a wine store next to Tironi. This is huge news for me.
It's awesome. They sell like a bunch of little I
live very close to there. You're going to be so tired of my quest.
No, not at all. The store opened about like a little over a year ago, which was actually excellent timing because of COVID when everything's shutting down. So it really helped out in that, interim period where things were a little scary for a bit.
Just use the laugh track for the pandemic. Sorry.
It sounded like wind or something.
No, it's a laugh track.
Wait, can I hear the laugh track again?
Cool.
Thank you.
I won't take over, but you made a pandemic reference and I just thought it deserved the laugh track.
Yeah, it was very funny overall. Oh, okay. So I just want to say to whoever that person was who first poured wine into a fish's mouth, waited for it to pee out the wine, and then said it's no longer natural. Incredible job figuring that out. And I just want to say thank you for all you did. And I will never, ever drink a vegan wine because you're a genius. So thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, to clarity.
You know what? Yes, to clarity.
And again, I've also been told I need to do it more than once during the show. If you can subscribe, it goes a long way to letting me continue to do this. If you want to keep drinking wine with us and hanging out, it helps a lot. So thank you everybody who has. And Emily,
Yes.
before we move to the part of the show that becomes chaotic,
Yes.
I want to know what we should be tasting in this. Where, like, if you were to describe this wine, how would you describe it? And then what would we pair it with? When would we buy this wine? Those sorts of things.
Ooh, these are all good questions.
Great. Sure. So in this wine, you are tasting definitely citrus. I think lemon is a spot on. I don't think it's grapefruit. I don't think it's lime. So that leaves lemon. I would say it's also
I dab a lot.
floral. It's great. Perfect. This is
Thank you for this up.
Did you say that's chuggy?
Mm-hmm.
I have
Dabbing is
recently only heard this term and watched a whole video and was like, wait, I guess
I learned it yesterday. 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I will say thank you guys so much for the sub. If you have Amazon Prime, the sub is free, so go for it. We decided last show if you're over 30 and you say chuggy, that's chuggy.
I'm 26, so that works great.
Proving the point.
Right.
Oh no. There were so many things in that TikTok video that I was like, oh my God, stop doing everything you're doing. You're so chuggy. But now I'm even chuggier for saying it. So that's enough.
No, it's fine. Priyanka is the only one under 30, and I want to say that I don't like that at all.
Good for you. Good for you.
Guys, thank you.
Congratulations.
Priyanka, what's it like? What's it like to not have to worry about skincare?
I do a lot. You know that. Travis one time made me buy him a lotion from Sephora because he didn't want to give them his email.
That's true.
And ship it to his house. Yes, Travis.
I will say Emily ran away when I said skincare, and I think I did something to upset her.
She was like,
no, I think she
wow.
has secrets that she doesn't maybe want to share with us. I want to know what they are.
Thank you, Stock Option, for the sub.
Stock Option, you also said that we were getting like yolked on our like egg yolk and fish wine, and I hope that's happening.
Emily, we interrupted you before we booted you off. Hype train, whatever that means, thank you.
It means people are subscribing. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to pay Mark. Emily, walk us through the questions I asked before, what we should be tasting, what to pair it with, when we should buy this wine.
So all of our wines are at different temperatures right now, which kind of makes it harder. But I will say, in this wine, I also get, it's floral, but it's also like kind of herbaceous. I'm getting a lot of chamomile right now. Anyone else? Anyone? Some light chamomile.
At what point? Like at the front or in the aftertaste?
It's just on the nose, actually. I know you asked about taste, but I get cotton smell a lot.
Mine's completely different than yours. So I'm like, I don't smell it, but it's fine.
My sense of smell is not very good. I used Zicam when they used to be the swabs, and there was a class action lawsuit because it messes up your nose.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I used to use that all the time.
Yeah, it kills your sense of smell. And I can still smell enough that it's like not a problem. Like I don't suffer, but I don't smell when like trash smells. I don't smell like when people are like, oh, this alley smells like pee. And I'm like, does it? Interesting. Or like the fridge when it like, I don't smell any of that stuff. So like some of the nuances in that I probably can't smell.
You must like thrive in any kind of city environment. Like you're just totally
it's
fine.
great when my dogs piss on rugs because it doesn't bother me too much until people come over. People are
That's actually a good point. I'm looking for sponsors, and I don't want to blow up my Zicam sponsorship. So I just want to say, Zicam, I know you don't mess up people's smell. It rules. What you were really able to help me like not get sick over time. So Zicam, thanks for always helping me out and not hurting anybody. I love you, Zicam.
Hey,
are we talking about Zicam? It sounds like a good time for a game.
No, eat shit, Mark. I want you to go the fuck away.
It's wine o'clock somewhere, everybody. What's up, Priyanka? What's up, Shannon? What's up, Emily? We're here. Emily, it's that chaotic time in the middle of the stream when you all were having your drama. You were having all this.
There was no drama, Mark.
It was too much drama for me, to be honest. What does it smell like? What does it taste like? I'm here for the game, baby. I'm here for a little game I call the Ultimate Wine Coaster Bracket. Yes, it's back, everybody.
We already did this. Come up with new ideas, Mark.
Well, it worked so well the first time, I figured we'd have to do it a second time. That's right. What I'm going to do is I'm asking everybody, first of all, I'm asking you four, but then I'm also asking the audience to pitch your best wine coasters. Now tell me, well, what's a wine coaster? Oh, I don't know. Something like this that you buy on Etsy? Oh, look, it's a wine 30. Or something like this that says... You could judge with one sip, but it is better to be sure.
I just want to say, when I asked Mark to produce this show, I had no idea he owned all this wine shit.
I have so many more, and the collection grows. And because I'm also the producer, I just want to shout out all the folks who are subscribing now.
Yes,
what's
thank you.
up? Mama said wonk you out.
Gina, that's my friend.
D-Bach Rock. Nice. Hello,
Thank you,
Robust
everybody.
is gifting subs out. There's a lot of gifts going on tonight. I love that.
Thank you all.
So let's pitch some coaster ideas, y'all, and then let's have like a little bracket. And once we get the bracket going, I'm gonna invite a really special guest onto the show. Sorry, Travis, I'm taking over.
I don't want you to do that, and I wish you weren't here. Usually producers don't come on the show, but it's fine. I'll pitch first to, break the ice. And I know that my ideas are so good, so I'm confident. Let's
do it. Bring it, Travis. Bring it.
Okay. So this one I think is very good. All I do is zin, 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 no matter what. like Zinfandel? You guys like it?
Thank you, Shannon. Shannon, I'm going to need you to take over the producer duties while this happens.
No problem. Happy to.
Okay.
Wine me, dine me, 69 me. Yeah, I would buy that coaster.
Travis, what was that again? Zin, zin, zin.
All I do is zin, 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 no matter what. That song.
All I do is zin, zin, zin,
Yeah.
no matter what.
I'll give you another one. Okay. So, Sam, I'm going to say Sam, and it's like sommelier, or however you pronounce it. How do you pronounce it, Emily?
Sommelier.
Sommelier. Okay.
That works.
Dopolova.
Demi Lovato. Right.
Demi Lovato. Okay, she's the sommelier at Demi Lovato. Okay. This one is Sam. Body once told me the world is gonna rose.
No! Shannon.
Wow. All right. Okay. I have a couple. The first one. My first one is, I think it's easier to show you.
Okay.
Shannon Woodward. I changed my name.
Shannon Woodward.
Shannon Woodward. Also,
I hate how well that works.
Cabernet Sauvignon Queen doesn't hit as well. Or
wait. Sauvignon Queen or Cabernet?
Yeah.
Or Chardonnay?
Cabernet Sauvignon, but Cabernet Sauvignon Queen.
Tannen, you have to be playing the sound effects. You're doing yourself an injustice here. Thank you, Tannen.
You're right. When you're right. So also, I was thinking Pet Nat Cemetery.
I mean,
Terrifying.
And you pick a bunch of pictures of a lot of Pet Nat bottles empty.
Pet Nat Cemetery. I actually like
Pet
that.
Nat Cemetery. She likes it.
I like it.
So that's
You
the end
could
of my
sell
pick.
You could sell it at Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
Right.
Priyanka.
I came up with one. Travis saw it earlier. Here goes. Life is like a bag of wine. It slaps.
I love it.
Thank you.
I just want to say, so many people would buy that.
I would buy
So
it
many people would
immediately.
buy
I would buy a shirt, a sweatshirt that says that.
Okay,
Okay,
well,
Emily.
whatever wins, I'll make merch.
Okay.
We're finally
Well, now
going to do merch.
Now that we've established that I'm a big chug face, these are just going to be so chuggy. So here we go. Okay. Okay. All right. Working hard from 9 to wine. What do we think about
Yeah.
Like that.
that? Yes,
What about working hard from wine to 5?
that's better.
Because wine rhymes with 9.
Totally
But then it
different
seems like you're
vibe.
gonna stop. You're gonna.
Yeah, I'm going to start drinking wine.
Yeah, at 9 a.m. I guess that's the point.
At 9.
Yeah.
Wine to 5.
Wine to 5.
And at a.m.
It's
5
a
a.m.
different message.
I think.
It's a different
I think it
message.
worked great.
I'm
I
sorry,
like-
Emily. I don't mean to give you notes. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Oh,
I-
Strawberry Shorts Game says working wine to 5. That works. I think that
Working wine to 5.
I have. All right. I have another one. It takes 72 muscles to frown, and only 69 to drink wine.
Bye.
The hype
And then
train is advancing, by the way. We got to.
Oh, that rules.
The hype train is so good right now, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Last one. I was really into Zinfandel this time. It just says Zin Diesel, and it's a drawing of Vin Diesel, but he's a grape. His head's a grape.
Zin Diesel's excellent.
Zin Diesel. I feel like I'd be good on a T-shirt better than
Yeah.
a poster.
I gotta sell. I gotta make money somehow, Emily. This is a real money suck.
Aren't you glad this wine is natural?
Okay, that's good.
There you go.
Yep.
Wine means never having to say you're sorry.
I did think that one was good.
I would think you still need to say sorry.
Pinot Chugio.
Chugio cards. Chugio cards.
That's too far. That makes that there's no
A to
context
Z.
for that.
No, Chugio cards. I'll buy that.
Cabernet
I got that.
Sauvignon Queen. That's like moving. That's advancing it. And then easily wine not. Okay.
Yep.
We have a lot of good ones here. I want to, before we start our official bracket, Travis, I think we should be inviting our celebrity guest reviewer here who could help us weigh in here. What do you think?
Okay. I know who this is going to be because I can see who it is. And I want you to know that I'm the person who invites this person on the show. You don't get to just invite random people onto my show. But
Okay,
I
well,
guess
I'm just saying, I think this is a good time to invite him on.
Okay, so I want to explain to everybody from Shannon's, the Only Shan's community,
Only Shan.
and the Priyanka fans, the Priyanka
They don't have a name.
Shans.
They don't have a name.
Yeah, well, you got to come up with a name for your newsletter. Oh, the shitters, the shitters, and then the Emily Rutanans. At the end of every show, I ask our guests to choose between this bottle of wine and a Miller High Life. And what I was discovering is that no one ever chooses Miller High Life because the wine expert is here and they feel bad choosing Miller High Life in front of the wine expert. So I decided to ask the physical embodiment of Miller High Life to come and pitch Miller High Life. And I don't want him to pitch Miller High Life right now, but I guess he's going to have to. So please welcome to the show the physical embodiment of Miller High Life.
Jason Perez, a little Palo Santo for the chill vibe.
Hey, we were having a really good discussion, Miller High Life.
What's up, everybody? What's cooking, my
Oh,
friendo?
you got a new wig.
No, I bleached my hair, and yeah, the reviews are in. It hurts like bogus.
Miller High Life, have you watched Hacks on HBO Max yet?
The Gene Smart is unreal.
She really is.
Wait,
Okay.
I gotta do my shtick for like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
What's
okay.
up, everybody? I'm Miller High Life, aka that extra sand in your backpack when you went to the beach from last week. Thank you, Tannen. Oh, by the way, the only Tannen I'm into is when you do it on the beach. Yeah, ba do da do da do.
I fucking hate you.
What else? You know what I am? I'm that feeling you get when you put your hand out the window while you're driving and you do this. Scuba boo ba doo ba doo. Can I see all the commenters be with in the chat? Also, hi Emily, it's a pleasure to meet you. And what else?
One more, Miller.
Okay, one more. I'm a hammock that is like, you know, like you like it's like.
Do you want to start over?
No. I'm like a hammock that like has the things that you hook onto it. Like it's, you know, it's like there's like a self-hanging hammock. Boo ba boo ba boo ba.
I'm so glad we got that last one in there.
Okay, well, now that we have our official celebrity guest, Miller High Life, on the stream, here to help us vote on what the best coasters are.
You got to go fast because last time we went too slow, Mark.
We're going to go fast. We're going to go fast. I've picked my 8 favorites, and here they are. Okay, are we ready for your first of all of the brackets? We're going to go so fast. Here we go. Here are our wine coasters. First up, it's Wine Me, Dine Me, 69 Me. Versus All I Do Is Zin, 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 no matter what. You get to vote first, Miller.
Well, let me just say this. I am sex positive. Always have been, always will be. And what I love about 69 is that everybody gets pleasure. So sign me up for 69. Ba ba boo ba 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 boo.
That's 1 for 69. Tannen.
All I do is zin, 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 no matter what.
Hell yeah.
Okay, it's neck and neck. Priyanka.
It's got to be the 69 one.
Oh, that's 2 for.
Do I do one too?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
I tried.
Emily.
I'm also gonna go with "Wine Me, Dine Me, 69 Me." Yeah,
Okay.
It's the Alanis Morissette song. It's the Alanis Morissette song.
You're never coming back. I'm just kidding. I have to vote for my own because it's close. So I'm voting for Zin Zin Zin.
But it's not enough.
Does Alanis Morissette have a song with 69 in it?
Yes, Wine Dine 69 Me and didn't hear a damn word I said.
Yeah.
Wow.
One time I saw Alanis Morissette at Squirrel, which are we allowed to go back to Squirrel? Can we go to Squirrel yet?
Yeah, you can go to Squirrel. That
Okay,
room
cool.
doesn't exist anymore. You're good.
I don't know the majority of these words.
Also,
do you like jam?
Andrew, Wine Me, Dine Me, 69 Me got the audience vote, and it puts it over the top. Wine Me, Dine Me, 69 Me wins. We're moving on, but first, I am a funk machine. Redeemed Ask My Wine question, but instead of asking a question, request that everybody take a big sip of wine because we aren't drinking enough.
That's a positive note.
Thank you, Andrew. Okay,
I will say
next.
I'm drinking a lot.
Okay, here's our next bracket. Somebody once told me the world was gonna rosé versus Cabernet Sauvignon Queen. Okay, Emily, you go first.
Cabernet Sauvignon Queen. It's just so much more fun to say.
Okay.
You're not getting invited
I
back.
know. Yeah, sorry.
Priyanka.
I don't want to sing it, but somebody once told me the world was gonna rose.
Okay. Wow. Oh my gosh. This is the most competitive it's ever been. Tannen.
I'm gonna go with some once told me.
Did you?
Honestly, I just bleeped my. What are you guys talking about? That sucks.
This
Come
is
on.
like the future.
Bullshit.
We're all of a sudden we're on Howard Stern.
It's Tannen's show when we're just
Yeah,
here.
this is my show now. Everybody off. No.
I would love for you
actually
to
wanna not vote for my own because I love somebody once. I think it's so good.
All right, Travis.
Well, she just voted for mine, so I had to vote for hers just because.
Oh, wow.
Look, I know what things look like, and it's going to look bad, so I'm voting for Shannon.
That's 2 versus 2. Miller.
Let me tell you a little story. Well, Shannon, try it out. Ready? I am going for the.
It's so funny to hear the slap.
Yes. Look, we all know the Shrek soundtrack changed all of our lives.
Okay,
Wow.
so
Controversial opinion. The week The Guardian said Shrek sucks.
That's
I don't know
right.
if
They did. That was NPR did a piece about it.
Yeah, The Guardian came out and they said Shrek sucks. Miller High Life, you got to move fast. It's
Let me tell
my
you
ass.
something. The
It's my
Guardian
ass.
is the complete opposite of Miller High Life.
Okay, so what's your vote?
I said Shrek.
that
Okay,
Smash
Shrek.
Mouth, the song is in Shrek, Mark.
Wow, it's a full tie because Yas Queen won the audience vote.
Mark.
So I get the deciding vote, and I'm sorry, it has to be I have to go with Shrek. I gotta go with Sam. Here, do it, Tannen.
Stole me though. Gonna roll. Oh, listen, Twitch rules are weird. They don't like the word
way
body. They don't like the word whole world. It's weird.
It really seems like you're saying some pussy with the way that your mouth.
Stole me.
Okay, here we go.
I mean, Puss in Boots is in the Shrek universe, so maybe
That's true.
Boots, okay? It's in boots.
Pussy Boots.
All right, Emily, you get the first vote this time. It's Pet Nat Cemetery, spelled correctly, thank you, versus Life is Like a Bag of Wine.
That's so
it
hard.
Slaps.
That is so hard. I'm gonna go with Pet Nat Cemetery. I just have a visual on that. Just a bunch of like crusty old bottles knocked over, abandoned. I just see it.
I'm gonna design this shirt to sell it at your wine store.
Great. I look forward to it.
Make one even just for you.
Travis, what's your vote here?
I gotta go with Life is Like a Bag of Wine. It slaps. I'm trashy. You guys know I'm trashy. That's what I like. I learned what Pet Nat was last week.
Me and my bros, we love slapping bags. So yeah, we're going with slapping bags.
Okay, Priyanka.
I gotta vote for my own. It's gotta be slapping the bag.
Slap that bag. Okay, and then Tannen.
Slap that. Get on the. I like slap. I like the slap. I love my own, but the slap the bag. I mean, that one really sells.
This has been the hardest one by far. Both of these should be in the finals.
Yeah, I mean, stock option
rude.
does bring up the point. Rough first bracket matchup. Yeah.
Mark, what the heck?
Yeah, that was your choice, Mark.
Yeah, I created the seed, and let me just say, I don't give a crap because it's 1 o'clock somewhere, baby.
I want to
know,
remind
that's my
everyone
response.
who's never watched Mark as an elected official in the city of Los Angeles. He is on the Echo Park Neighborhood Council. He had to win an election. He represents
I won.
the Echo Park Neighborhood Council. So that's
you very
the
much,
man that you
Priyanka.
voted for, everyone.
Thank you. Okay, Life is Like a Bag of Wine. It slaps. I'm sorry, Pet Net Cemetery. You're gone. We have one more in the first round. It's Working Hard from 9 to Wine versus ZIN Diesel, which has a graphic element to it. Don't forget the graphic element to it. Priyanka, you get first vote.
This is so hard. How are you gonna put me first on this?
Everybody has to go first.
9 to wine. 9 to wine.
9 to Wine. What a damn bam.
Yeah.
Emily.
I'm gonna vote for my own. Working Hard, 9 to Wine. Yeah.
Okay. Tannen.
I'm also going with 9 to Wine. It's frankly a no-brainer.
Oh, wow. We love Dolly. We love her. Okay. Miller.
Is that a real photo?
There's no way Jason Mraz voted for Bernie. There's no way.
I actually can't imagine there's any other way.
He definitely voted for like Gary Johnson.
No, I'm with Shannon on this one. Like, there's what else?
I think there's no way he voted for anyone but Bernie.
Yeah,
And
Jason.
Klobuchar.
Booty and bop bop and bop bop boot up
Now
birdie.
we're talking. Can we hear the beeped version of that? Boobs.
Vote, Yoni.
I'm gonna go with. Look, family is the most important part.
Thank you, Tony.
Israel's always talking about family, and I love my family, and I think like it's really important to just like appreciate the people in your life. So I'm gonna go with working hard from 9 to wine. Let's go.
Oh, Travis, you get the final.
9 to wine's better. We all know 9
Wow,
to wine's better.
that was our only sweep. That was a full turkey. Okay, we're blasting. We're blasting. We're moving on to the round of 4. Okay, here's the round of 4. We're gonna go so fast. Here you go, Travis. First vote. What? Why? Oh,
Sorry.
No. Do it.
I thought this was funny. Here you go.
Wine Me,
Okay.
Dine Me, 69 Me versus Somebody Once Told Me the World Was Gonna Rose.
You know, I most want to know what Miller High Life thinks between the two of these because I don't know what he'll decide. I'm going to go with 69 because 69 is very funny.
Okay, that's 1 for 69. Emily. Oh, he dabbed.
He did dab. Ditto. 69 is just really funny. So it would sell
69
well
works.
on a coaster. Yeah.
69 sells. Tannen.
Somebody once told me. That's my vote.
Okay, Priyanka.
69 makes me want to dab.
Wow, Priyanka's dabbing. Okay, Miller.
This is the first time in our entire friendship I think I've ever done that.
I've dabbed in front of Priyanka so many times, it means a lot that she just dabbed in front of me.
I mean, by the
I'm
looks of
drunk.
it, this guy just had a 69. So I'm gonna go ahead and say 69.
Wow, the audience didn't even get to vote this time, but it's okay because it was a blowout. Wine Me, Dine Me, 69 Me says they agree with The Guardian, okay? They say Shrek was unimportant to our culture and can go take a fucking hike.
I don't know. Did you see the Shrek in that dog, the video of the dog track where Shrek's in it? I feel like that was important to our culture. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Mistakes have been made.
Just
Travis, you got to sip and tell me what it tastes like.
This is a show about
Yeah.
wine, right?
Hey, Miller. Yes.
Did everybody have a good day today?
Shut up.
By the way, if Miller High Life literally asked me at the end of the day, like, hey, how was your day? I'd be like, I'm only drinking this forever.
Do you need someone to check in? I'm happy to check in on you, Shannon.
No, it's okay. Because my beverage has just never asked me, and I just like think I would be touched.
I'm going to
Travis,
say
what'd you taste?
star fruit.
Star fruit. Okay, we've got one more in the round of 4 before we go to the final 2. Life is like a bag of wine. It slaps versus working hard from 9 to wine. Tannen, first vote.
Slaps, baby.
Slaps gets a vote. Priyanka.
Slaps. I gotta do my own.
Slaps, that's 2. Okay.
Looks like that New Yorker article was right.
That's such a terrible photo of me.
What's your vote, Miller?
I just like my man here, the alien from Mars 2112, the restaurant in New York City. I'm slapping the bag.
That's 3 for slapping the bag. Emily.
9 to wine.
9 to wine.
9 to wine.
Travis.
I loved Mars 2112. It was the first restaurant I went to as a child in New York. The first restaurant in New York, not the first restaurant ever. Slap. I'm going to go with slap.
Slap. Let's see what the audience. Travis, did you go there on the school field trip that we took to New York?
Yes.
I went there. Yeah.
Were we there together?
We went there together, but the same teachers took us to the same restaurant. Life is like a bag of wine. It slaps. Moves on to the round of 2. Are we ready?
That was a tough round.
Okay, we've got one matchup left, and this will determine the first piece of merch that Travis puts on the merch store. Is everybody ready? How are you feeling, Tannen?
I'm feeling nervous. I'm feeling a little bit, honestly, really nervous.
That's incredible. Emily, how are you feeling? Emily?
I'm feeling, a little salty because mine didn't make it to the final round, but I'm ready to support those that did.
That's okay. Priyanka, how you feeling?
I'm feeling utterly perturbed by Miller High Life's background right now, so I'll just cut to the chase. We should go straight to him.
Okay, so we're going to go straight to Miller High Life. Miller High Life, you get first vote. Is it wine me, dine me, 69 me, or life is like a bag of wine, it slaps? You have 3 minutes before Travis has to leave the show.
I'm not giving away my shot, but I am taking this one. Wine me, dine me, 69 me.
Oh, wow. He's taking a fucking shot. It's real. Travis?
I just want to say that Lin-Manuel Miranda has multiple shirts that say artist in different colors. If you look up on Google Lin-Manuel Miranda artist shirt, he has multiple photos in multiple shirts with different colors that say artist on it. I'm voting for slaps.
Slaps. That's one.
This is some of the most wild information I've heard in a long time, and I'm going to spend a lot of time posting those photos on Instagram stories.
Tannen, what do you
close
thinking?
friends. You can do close friends if you're worried.
I don't think Lin-Manuel Miranda was like, I think I love Shannon.
He plays a lot of Last of Us too.
Is that true? No, I'm just kidding. Life is like a bag of wine. It slaps is truly, I think it's pretty inspired. So I'm gonna stick with that.
Emily?
I have to agree. I'm going with slaps.
Priyanka?
Oh my God. My own piece of art. Honestly, I was going to vote for 69. I still will. I think that's incredible. But you guys, wow. What an honor. What an honor this is.
The audience has voted as well. Life is like a bag of wine. It slaps will officially be the first piece of merch that Travis sells.
I only asked for 10%. Thank you so much.
No, you didn't see the fine print in the email we sent. It's all mine, baby.
And then also, Emily, you have to answer a question that I'm just going to elevate, and then I'm gone, baby. What the hell are legs on wine? That comes from Soccer Soprano 15. What are legs?
That is a good question. I get this question all the time because I think it's like one of those things that people love to talk about. Legs and wine, right? Yeah, legs and wine. So if you do you know what I'm talking about? Basically when you see the clear things that drip down the sides, those are the legs of wine. And really that's just an indication of alcohol content and or sugar content. It really doesn't say a lot about the wine. It's kind of a myth that it has anything to do with the quality of the wine. So there you go. Yeah.
That's a great party fact.
Yeah, that's like an Adam Conover. I got to tell Adam Conover about that.
I have another question while we're all here. Like these glasses, what kind of glass, what is this for? You know how they're different shapes and some are a white wine glass or a red wine. Can you explain wine glass shapes really quickly?
Sure. Yes. Well, that's just a stemless glass.
Right.
That's
no. I meant this weird little, how it kind of does it.
Right.
Yeah.
So the wines, that is a Bordeaux glass. I can't see the size of it, but I'm pretty sure that's a Bordeaux glass. So that's just for wines that are a little bit more full bodied versus a Burgundy glass, which has the big bowl. That is for Pinot Noir or Nebbiolo or wines. Yes, that Travis has.
So this is for Burgundy.
Yes, technically it's called a Burgundy glass. It was made for that, but it also is for lighter, wines that are a little bit more aromatic. That just give it a little extra help in getting the aromatics into the glass and into your nose. Just if you want to it's a good way.
This wine with.
That's fine. What you're drinking that out of is fine. Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Was I mistaken? Is it not pronounced Pinot Noir?
Pinot Noir is also an acceptable pronunciation. Sure. Yeah.
All right, we got to take one more big sip, and then I'm gonna start finalizing some stuff.
It's delicious.
This is great wine.
It's delicious.
I'm so glad.
This is really good.
Yeah, it's
before
fun.
I bring. Sorry, go ahead, Emily.
No, I was just gonna say it's fun for like, you know, it's like I said before, some orange wines like really need food, but this is totally easy to sip on its own, as I think we're all finding currently.
Well, if we were gonna order an orange wine, what kind of food would we want to pair with it?
So like this, I would say, since it's a little bit lighter, this is really good with fish. It's really good with like lighter, soft cheeses. But as you get more into like the intense oranges, like for example, I worked at this event last night at Tironi, and we were doing some wines that were like off the beaten path. So we did a Georgian orange wine, or amber wine as they call it. And it was like very intense. And at first, a lot of the people were like skeptical, but then the food pairing came out, and it was this like traditional Georgian dumpling that had pork in it. So that made for like an excellent pairing, because you really needed that like fat from the pork to counteract the tannins in the orange wine. So there's a huge range. Orange wine is super flexible.
Is orange wine, I feel like it's trendy right now. Is it more expensive?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Definitely trendy, but not necessarily. There's, again, like a huge range. You can find orange wines. We sell one at our shop, I think, for $19. This one, for the size, is relatively inexpensive as well. And then they can get up to like the 80s and 90s as well.
Is there a reason it's so massive?
That is, I have been asked that question before, and I don't. Usually with wine stuff, it has to do with money, and I would say that it's 25% more wine than you're getting in a regular 750 bottle, and so I guess they can get more wine into fewer bottles. So I think that's probably the reason behind the liter, if I had to venture, I guess.
Is that like why Gruner used to be like? Is it in liter bottles? Like, is this like a table wine traditionally also, or is there no relation?
Good question. Could be. Yeah, there's a lot of Gruner that's sold in liter bottles as well. Have you had the Pollerhoff?
I'm not
the one
sure.
with
I'd have to see the bottle.
The man on the label.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's doing this. No, it's good. It's good. It's sold in the liter, and that is so inexpensive. And like
they have a really good one at Whole Foods, at least in Los Angeles, that's like sold by the liter. That's a Gruner, and it's like it's only like $16 or something like that, but you're getting a whole liter. So it's like, it's great if for like a dinner party or things like that. And
totally.
It's not
what does
that
Gruner
different.
Mean?
It's just a kind of wine, but it's not that different from this. I mean, you would describe it better, but I don't know
and Emily,
much.
you're on like a whole nother level. Like me and Travis, you're down here. Like what?
I only know about the kinds of wine I drink. That's it. And I don't really know that much about them at all.
Gruner is a great Gruner Veltliner from Austria.
I'm just like, this is good, I guess. Like we'll keep drinking this until it's gone and then never find it again.
Here's what I'll say. We've reached the point in the show where I think I need to begin to ask an important question. And that is, if you were home alone, that's important. You were home alone watching Hacks on HBO Max, which we're all watching. There's 4 episodes out now. Incredible show. If you were home alone watching Hacks on HBO Max.
Travis, you just got quiet for some reason.
You turned down your mic.
If you were home alone watching HBO Max, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that good? Okay.
Better.
Tell me like Jean Smart. Do it.
Okay. No, I can't. She's too good. She's too good.
Come on, Travis. You can do it. That was Jean Smart. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, just like... I don't know. This is why I became a writer, Shannon, and you're an actor. So when you're home alone watching Hacks on HBO Max, 4 episodes out now, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, would you choose to drink, Priyanka, this wine or Miller High Life? Tell us what you bring to the table.
Okay, so I would pick this.
No,
wine.
Priyanka, we need to hear from Miller High Life first.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you said me. I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I am talking to you, but I want Miller High Life to make his case.
Got it.
Let me tell you what Miller High Life is. Wine's amazing. Wine is beautiful. Wine is delicate. It is precious. It is moments. It is weddings. It is anniversaries. It's first dates. It's last dates. But Miller High Life is always. Miller High Life is goofing around with your wife when the paparazzi's taking photos of you. Miller High Life is. I'll order some Thai food tonight. Miller High Life.
Shannon, we need the sound effects.
Okay. Go ahead. Keep going.
Miller High Life. It's putting on sandals to go take out the trash. Miller High Life is. Oh shoot! I forgot to call my mom. That's Miller. In the end, Miller High Life is every second, every minute, and. So pick Miller High Life. That's my pick.
All right, Priyanka, you're home alone watching Hacks on HBO Max. You drinking this wine or Miller High Life, who just made a very strong point?
I'm drinking option C, this wine, because I don't know what that one tastes like. And I also don't really know what Miller High Life tastes like because I don't really have any memory of tasting it. Sorry. I think I've had it before. I just have no memory of what it tastes like. But I would drink this. This is great. This is very drinkable. In fact, I want to know exactly what to ask for so I can get a very drinkable wine every single time.
Oh yeah, wait. Emily, tell us what to ask for to get something comparable to this if we were going to ask at a restaurant or a wine store.
Sure. I would ask for a fresh, relatively fruit-forward orange wine that hasn't been on the skins for too long. Because otherwise
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
If this was at a wine store but was a normal size wine, how much would it cost?
That's a tricky question because markups at different wine stores range. This wine is sold at Erewhon, which is right across the street from our store, for a few dollars more than we sell it because that's Erewhon. So
don't go to Erewhon. We hate Erewhon on this show. We go to Dopalova. We go to Dopalova.
We can go to Erewhon. We with Erewhon.
Fuck Erewhon. Demi Lovato forever.
Small businesses. Erewhon. Don't go there. Come on. You don't need to pay $62 for a bag of peanuts.
There's also they're selling strawberries dead seriously for $18 or something. Have you seen that? Dead seriously.
That Harry's berry. Those berries.
Emily a question.
Yeah. Miller High Life, ask Emily a question.
Emily,
please.
What's your earliest memory of drinking a glass of wine?
Good.
That's beautiful, Miller High Life.
That's a lovely question. There's actually a really funny picture of me. So it's not technically a memory, but it was captured, so it happened. Of me around age 2 diving into my mom's wine glass while she's holding it. So so I guess from the very beginning I was intrigued.
They were like, Emily, it's not a swimming pool.
Right. Right. Just trying to take a bath in the glass.
Shannon, please just keep doing it. Shannon, just keep doing the beat.
No, it'll get old if I keep doing it all the time.
Shannon, would you choose this wine sold exclusively at Demi Lovato next to Toroni? Emily, how do you say it?
Dopolavoro.
It's Dopolavoro, and I'm going to haunt it frequently.
Or a Miller High Life.
I gotta tell you something, guys. I don't really like beer. I'm out.
Shannon, you and I, same boat.
It's not for me. I'll have maybe an IPA, one, but I don't really like it. I don't like it. I'd rather have a bowl of pasta than a beer.
Everyone would.
I'm choosing the wine. It's delicious wine. It's not just because I don't like beer. But, wow, is Jason okay?
Travis just disappeared. Travis just pulled himself off the stream.
He just texted me and he was just I just really want to watch Hacks again. So I think that's what he's doing.
Okay, well, actually, Well, no. We actually we did prepare for this because there is a hacks event that Travis needs to go to. So This Is Wine is technically over because Travis is gone. So please, everybody, welcome to the inaugural episode of It's Miller Time.
Scuba. All right, welcome everybody to It's Miller Time. This is the show. Now look, this is the thing. We got how many more minutes left, Mark? Whatever.
19
minutes. So this is the thing that I like to do. You know when you're drinking and like you just like want to talk about your emotions and feelings?
Yeah, a little bit, sure.
Yes.
Thank you, Shannon. Well, let's finish up like what he was trying to do, which was what was he trying to do? Who else didn't answer the Miller High Life or wine question?
I haven't, but I feel
Emily, I think Emily, do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I do think Miller High Life has like one of the greatest marketing campaigns. Like calling it the champagne of beers is like, that's great. Good job. There's
Amazing. But
that being said,
oh.
there was a but. That being said, I would still choose to drink this wine over Miller High Life for sure. I mean, I feel like that's got to be a spoon, right? Like I'm wearing a little bracelet that says "I love wine," so it's kind of like
it's beautiful.
Like,
wow,
every
I love
time.
that.
Thank you. My friend made it for me. I was like, "You
get
me."
Get that in Travis's like little merch store.
Merch, yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. I love that. And now, since it's Miller time, the way this is going to work is we're all just going to ask each other really nice questions because this is all about good vibes and positivity. Commenters, we want some good vibes and positivity. So the first question I'm going to ask to everybody is, what is the most underrated emotion?
Ennui, baby.
Wow. Wow, you were just like right out with that. That was like
it's underrated. It's underrated. When you're having a really hard time, you don't think that in a year and a half you'll be maybe nostalgic for it. You'll be like, I wasn't happy, but it was a very fruitful time in my life and there were a lot of possibilities. It was a nice time. Ennui is underrated.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Priyanka, what's the most?
Guys, I don't even know what ennui was until I still don't really, but like this is great. Thank you, Shannon. I'm learning new things.
Ennui is not chuggy.
What?
Ennui is not chuggy.
Not chuggy. Okay.
By the way, Chuggy, he's my bro from Delta Psi.
He's having a moment. He's having a moment right now.
Dude, Chuggy could bench 250. Anyway.
Good for them.
Priyanka, you were saying most underrated emotion?
Oh God. Come back to me. I gotta think on it.
Totally.
I don't know. I feel like most of the emotions are rated, They're rated.
I got lucky that I had legitimately thought about ennui recently.
Yeah.
I just got lucky. I was like, I actually really thought about it.
That's a really hard one to top. Like, what am I going to say now? Like joy? Like, no, obviously joy is overrated. Just kidding. No, but I think, I don't know how to, frustration. I like
Frustration's a good one.
Yeah. Wow. The audience coming in with the support. I appreciate it.
Disgust. I love it. These are great.
I just saw a comment. Emily is coming for joy. It's true. I'm the rain cloud just following you.
Well, I will say
I think that's fair. I think it's overrated. I think you don't realize you felt it until later when if you really felt it. I think you don't know. It's not hindsight. I feel like I don't know what I really felt until a couple days later. I'll be like,
No, it's true. Totally. When I'm feeling joy, and this is my own personal emotional problems, I'm like, I want to make sure it stays forever, and you get this, it's this being in the moment and experiencing joy, so underrated. We don't do that enough as people.
Ooh, Miller, I got one to follow you up. I think I don't know if grateful is exactly an emotion, I think that's super underrated. Like that's like the best. You're like, I hope this lasts forever. I feel so. That's very positive. Very positive vibes.
Love it. Love it. Commenters, let us know what emotions you think are underrated. All right. Mark needs to answer the question. I would love to know, Mark.
Oh, what emotion do I think is underrated?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna be a little spicy here. What does arousal's an emotion? Bye.
I'm gonna just Google arousal is an emotion.
Is it?
I just
Physiological arousal.
No, I would just leave it. Just leave it.
Yeah, no one
My
comments.
computer is sending me all these links now after I wrote that on Google.
Drunken feral, someone in the chat said.
Ay. Well, emotions are beautiful, and we ask that all of you feel them.
Shut up, Yoni. It's time. Emily needs to answer a question from Peter. From Bunny_Dyke. Here it comes. There you go. I'm going back.
Ever encounters with counterfeit wine? Now, can you just tell us some fun things about it? Ooh, I personally have not had any encounters with counterfeit wine, but if you've ever seen Sour Grapes, or if you haven't seen Sour Grapes, I really recommend watching that because that is like the most fun journey through someone's ridiculous abuse of counterfeit wine. Have you guys seen that?
Counterfeit wine is a thing. This is fascinating to me.
Yeah, I don't want to no spoilers, but this guy basically was a total genius and figured out how to counterfeit like some insanely high value wines and made a ton of money and ripped off a bunch of people. Was caught pretty quickly because for a bunch of reasons, there are people looking for this all the time, but it's a really fun documentary. Highly recommend.
I'm going to watch.
What a scheme.
Such a scheme. Yeah.
Huh.
It's on Netflix, I think.
Miller and I are just like, our minds are racing a little bit.
No, I was like, I could get labels made. I wonder, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that was part of it, though. He it's like the most elaborate. It's so interesting. It's the thing.
You know what's going to stop counterfeit wine? The blockchain. When there's only like a certain amount of bottles getting made, that's exactly the kind of thing we'd be like, good luck with that later.
Yeah.
The only thing I know less about than wine. Wow.
By the way, don't say that, Priyanka. If you say that in front of men, they'll be like, I'd love to explain the blockchain to you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be like,
okay, if you guys want to know what the blockchain is, I'm just going to go ahead and explain the blockchain.
This is literally what Tanner said.
Can we just block Mark?
Literally, if you
I did it. It was a joke. I was saying
a square of a white man will show up and be like,
"I want to you."
Okay, it's time to talk about blockchain with Mark.
But enough about that. Let's talk about some beautiful things in life. Let's talk about you know what? Let's talk about personal items. What is your favorite thing in your life right now that is an object? What object is your favorite thing that is giving you life? Your favorite thing that you could show and tell it, if you will. Like what's an item?
Is this on me first? Okay. An object.
I'll go first. I bought yellow Crocs. I love Crocs. I'm telling you, Crocs are amazing. They are in.
They're back now. No, Justin Bieber wore them. They're in. They're back.
They're back and they're
pandemic.
Comfy.
It's full on.
Yes,
full on. Crocs anywhere.
Yeah.
I cannot recommend Crocs. And guess what? You could get any color you want. Represent yourself. I got bright yellow. So that's an object that is right now very important to me in my life. What are objects important to your life?
That was helpful. It gave me inspo to answer, and I guess I didn't think of it because it's on my head. I got this really cute. I ordered a bunch of masks a couple months ago, and I was also on the website going through other things they had. And this is this little scrunchie that comes with a little bow. And I went through a phase.
I like that.
Thank you. When I was much younger, I used to like wear bows totally seriously, and then I grew up and was like, it's time to stop that. And now I've circled all the way back around, and I've warmed to the bows, so it kind of just like reminds me of my youth. Thank you. It makes me feel cute. So here we are.
I want one.
It's really awesome.
Thank you.
Guys, like the first thing that came to mind is so embarrassing and like not cool at all. I'm traveling. I'm in New York right now. I live in LA. I brought a little like a Monday through Sunday, like a pill container. Like
I have to say, I always want to buy that. And I'm like, I don't need to buy that.
To make sure that you actually take something. Like if you need to take something every day, like I have a probiotic, I have one medication, and I have like a Allegra, like an allergy medicine. And every day I take them in the morning, but it's always kind of early. So it's like, did I actually do that? Was it yesterday? I don't really remember. And if you like space them out and they have the little like MTW, like the day, guys, it's like a lifesaver. More great things like this on shitiboughtinlike.com. Travis didn't do a great job plugging it at the beginning, but
wait, is that your website?
That is my newsletter. That is like my pride and joy in life.
Oh my God. I literally am going to immediately subscribe.
Shannon. Wow.
This is exactly the kind of influencing I want to be in on. I want to be influenced.
Fully just shit I bought and liked. There's something I feel really bad. We trashed Erewhon. They do sell a healthy cookie dough that is like, to die for. But that's like the only product. Great. The only product I would ever go to Erewhon for. That's it.
This is what Miller High Life is all about. Supporting each other.
Bringing people together. This is beautiful.
Shannon, I gotta know, what is an object that is currently in your life that you cannot stop thinking about?
I have two things. This is new.
What is
this is my computer. That's my computer.
That looks like
it's water cooled.
So cool.
I've only had it for a few weeks. So I'm still like, Windows is still crashing on me. Like I'm still like getting everything kind of figured out. But considering that I've spent the entire pandemic, except for like the last couple months, like I now like, I do like auditions and screen tests like here. Like I do it and I just move that off camera. Like, but my whole life now happens in this space in a way that like it never used, I never used to have any control over it in terms of like, what I actually did. I never had an office because that never made sense for me. Like I was like, what am I going to do? Go emote in a mirror? That's insane. So having like a space now where I actually come and sit down and do things has been a real change for me. And something that's been really nice to have a dedicated space. So I will say this in particular has been in the last year is like I wake up, have coffee, and I come in here and I start getting things done. The thing that goes hand in hand with that, though, is also like a $20 like day planner from Target, because I realized the calendar in the phone, like I can't really see, you just see dots and it's not good enough. And I actually don't have the ability to plan out my time without looking through it. And it has relieved my stress in a way I cannot overstate.
Pencil or pen, Shannon? Pencil or pen?
Say that
Which one do you use? Pencil or pen to like write in your planner?
I use a pen. I use a pen.
So everything is like you make a commitment.
I do crosswords in pen. I do everything in pen. Wow. Like it rarely changes. Like for the most part, like but that's also how I am. Like in my head, where I'm like, listen, I plan to do this thing from 9 to 2. And I don't want to move it. In my head, that's where it is. I'm doing like, especially because like my work generally takes like prep work in my head more than anything. That I'm like, I already decided that's where it is. So like the work is getting done in my head.
I think phones are honestly, they're going like, they're chuggy.
Phones are chuggy.
They are chuggy. They are chuggy.
Like I'm doing this like mental health thing where I'm like, I'm gonna delete Instagram for a week, just like not use my phone.
Yoni, how much better has your life been?
I'm like, whoa, life is much better without my cell phone.
I deleted Twitter off my phone and it's better, but Instagram, I don't have a problem with. Like it doesn't. I don't scroll endlessly.
I think it's like literally whatever is like the thing that gets into your brain the most.
Yeah. Twitter gets to my brain.
Instagram for me. I like black out come to, and I'm like so far down my
Yeah.
Instagram feed. I have no idea how I got there. And I'm losing my mind. It's like
I know,
really a
Shannon.
problem.
I feel like my whole life and like all my relationships would be better if everyone knew that like my schedule, everything is pencil in my mind. Like I'm like, you're all pencil. Like it doesn't matter how much I like you, how much I don't, you're all pencil. And it just is movable. And like that's how I treat everything. And it's like it's not anything personal to you.
No, what's amazing,
life would be better if they just got that. I think I'm realizing that right now.
I love that you're planning these things with other people. That's the thing. Like for me, this is all work stuff. With people, I'm like, oh, I'm probably not leaving. I'm probably not gonna go anywhere. The last year has only solidified it, where I'm just like, I mean, you could come to the backyard if you want to.
There,
I'll make you a burger. We can have a glass of wine outside, but I mean, I'm not going to leave otherwise. It only kind of solidified that.
It seems like Mark is trying to blockchain it right now. So let's go. What is blockchain? What is blockchain?
Okay, first of all, Miller, I resent that because to blockchain would have meant I would have interrupted, and I very clearly removed myself every time it was clear that the person who I was trying to speak in front of was still talking. Second of all, I have a very sincere answer this time. Last time I didn't have a good answer, which is why I said arousal. But even though sexual positivity is a good thing, I have a new item that I love, and I just want to promote because I think that I had a mental...
Isn't it? It's the cat tower behind you. It's the cat tower behind you, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where I sleep. That is, I don't actually have a cat. I sleep in that. No, I bought wide sneakers. Okay, it turns out my feet are wide, and I have had numb pinky toes for a long time. And I gotta say, for whatever reason, for years, I was just like, yo, people who wear wide shoes, like, dude, no. And then I bought wide shoes, and it's like I can breathe again.
Beautiful.
Okay, Miller High Life, you got to wrap up the show. You got 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Well, look.
You got 2 minutes.
All right, 2 minutes. Well, thank you for joining Miller High Life, Tannen, Priyanka, and Emily. Emily, thank you also for doing the wine show and introducing us to what seems to be a beautiful wine.
Anytime.
And this is how we'll end the show. Everybody say a nice compliment to yourself.
Priyanka. You're going to start with me? You know what? I think I approach new things like this wine with an open mind, and I think that is a good thing. That's my compliment to myself.
I'm going to compliment myself for all of my plans to go to Emily's wine store because I'm very excited to go there. I love seeing new places, and I'm very grateful for Emily's expertise and for her patience, particularly with me and my stupid soundboard. So thank you very much, and I can't wait to see you IRL at your store.
Wow, Shannon, great host. Great hosting move.
Amazing.
Right, for sure. Tannen, I can't believe that's still your name. It's so
Shannon Woodward.
Tannen.
This cork is also not going back in here. It says absolutely not.
You know, I put the cork back in mine and it shot out.
Yeah,
I was like,
it
oh,
spins.
hello.
There's something about these corks. I've never had a cork not go back in, but it says no.
I don't know about it. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but compliment to myself. I think I picked a really good wine for this. I think it was easy to sip, and I'm a big fan of it in general. And that's my compliment to myself. Miller High Life. You're on deck.
Amazing. And the one thing to myself is I genuinely love people, and I think I really believe in the sanctity of humanity, and that I think everybody is naturally a good person. So commenters, all you at home, it's Miller time. Give yourself a compliment and actually mean it. Actually mean it. All right. That's the Miller High Life show. Thank you for watching. I'm Yoni Lotan, a.k.a. Miller High Life, and I'll see you in the fridge next to a cold one.